Saturday saw the first live dances of the series, and our next guest was bursting bubbles with his trademark sharp tongue.
It was like you were dancing on hot coals after 10 double espressos.
How did you know?
It all got very House of Common when you went over to get your cane. Very flat-footed, I'm afraid. The arms were totally wild.
Craig, were you up shaking it?
No.
It was so good to have Strictly back, and so good to have Craig Revel Horwood back as well, who's with us this morning for our first show. So lovely to see you.
It's lovely to be here for your very first one, darling. It looks nothing like the One show. That's what I'm amazed about. They put a new floor down, a nice little carpet.
It will do tonight, though. That's amazing. So many people enjoying it Saturday night. 10 million people. It was such a feel.
Amazing.
I think one TV critic said it was a balm for the soul.
Well, it is, and I think the nation really needs it at this point in time. Just having some familiarity and also something to look forward to. The build-up to Christmas, of course. Dance is fantastic for endorphins being released, darling, from the brain, as that lovely doctor will probably tell you. And it's just such fun. And I've got a front row seat in one of the best shows ever. So I'm lucky. I mean, I've been starved of entertainment the last 8 months. I really am.
Quite well behaved on Saturday as well, I thought.
Well, the dancing was actually really good. I was surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
week one.
Did it affect you, there not being a audience? Because we always think about the dancers and how it might affect them, but for you as the judges, because you very often get booed, don't you?
Yeah, I was doing my own internal booing. I could feel the vibratory force of the tomatoes being thrown against people's televisions at home. But I mean, it's still a lovely atmosphere, don't get me wrong, but of course we miss out audiences, of course we do. But, and it is difficult because I often play off, you know, the temperature in the room. And it also sparks the contestants up as well. It sort of gears them up. But I think just knowing that there's 10.1 million people watching is enough to make you nervous. So, but I think they did really, really well, and such fun.
Absolutely. It was some brilliant dances on Saturday night. You've had time to reflect a little bit now. In fact, we've got Ali Ash on the show tomorrow.
Oh, great.
What did you make of him and Clara on the show? And
I thought
did someone else stand out for you?
Yeah, I thought they were both great. I think all of them did really, really well. But don't forget, they had 10 days to rehearse these dances. Next week, it's literally 5-6 days. As you know, you've been on the show, you know how it sort of operates, and then it gets worse. But I absolutely loved Maisie. I thought she was incredible. I thought her hip action, I mean, just every inch of her was really dancing, and it was just amazing.
Gorka
and I
really
want that dress, darling. I'll be wearing that.
You'd be like
for Halloween.
Gorka really pushed her as well, didn't he?
What's that?
Gorka really pushed her with the...
Oh, yeah, completely. Yeah, I like his new blonde hair as well.
What about Harvey? Because there's always, you know, when you're watching the show and you see the build-up to it, and you think, who's going to surprise you? And he really came out firing, didn't he?
I thought Harvey was going to be a little bit awkward. I mean, I'd only seen him dancing in his YouTube videos, and they're all contemporary, so you can be stopping and starting, and you can be sort of awkward and weird. But he was great. Really surprised me.
Yeah. Contemporary basically means you take your shoes off to dance.
That's it. Yeah, and you can sort of do anything you like.
Yeah. Now, Craig, lockdown has forced a lot of us to think or work differently, hasn't it? And you've been using your time to write. You've got a book.
Yes, I wrote my first novel, a work of fiction based actually on truth. And it's called Dances and Dreams on Diamond Street, and it's basically set in 1990s in Camden Town, where I lived in a house share with loads of other people for 5 years. I couldn't afford to live in London otherwise if I didn't do that. And it was when I was transitioning from being a dancer into the world of choreography and direction, and all the antics that I got up to that I couldn't put in my autobiographies. I basically just changed all the names.
You didn't hold back in the autobiography, did you?
No, I didn't. But there was only 300 pages per auto, and I've done 3 of those. So I felt that I really wanted to do something that was more creative writing.
Yeah.
And lockdown was a perfect way to do that, you know, to express yourself in that way, because, of course, everyone in the theatre, all my directorial jobs had gone, you know, all of it. So it was a really fantastic time, and plus a wonderful summer as well that we had in order to do it. So I could look out the window. It was all beautiful, birds chirping, and then I'm making all these stories up.
The one thing that shocked me, actually, you told our researcher that you used a washing machine.
Oh, you love this, don't you?
Well, yes, I'm talking about it's my new washing machine. It's all computer, and you've got it's all touch screen thing. I had no clue how to work that, and I didn't even bother. I like the old knobs myself, darling. Well, that made the crew laugh. But no, so it's all touchscreen. So I never ever bothered to do it. I got my fiance now, Jonathan, to do all the washing. So that was sort of good to study that, to get on the lawnmower, to actually sit on that and learn how to do that. Broke a few fan belts on that as well. I mean, it was really good, actually, lockdown for me. It was really productive.
Congratulations on your engagement to Jonathan. I know you had to plan the wedding again because of COVID.
Yeah, that's all gone out the window, like most people.
Do you wash your mask in the washing machine? Have you got? I bet you've got. I bet you've got an amazing mask, haven't you?
No, I have got masks. Yes, well, oddly enough, my ex-wife makes them.
Oh, that's a beauty. That.
There you go. That's not bad, is it? Look,
one.
it's quite nice. But they do go a bit manky. Once you've washed them, you know, unless you're going to be ironing them, which I will never do, darling. But I've got, like, loads of them. I've got
a beauty.
10, because then you can just keep, you know, as you say, one in your pocket, one in your bag.
Exactly.
Indeed.